Welcome to Home Sweet Home. Every week, the best home experts on the Sun Coast reveal their best tips and best tricks for inspiration and transformation. It's your beautiful home hotspot. This week, outdoor living at its finest.
Hi, I'm Danielle Krausick with Superior Pools here at the home of Rick and Cheryl Palmer, where we've designed a special pool called a spool. And coming up, you're going to find out just the reason why. And now, let's meet our pool owners.
We're transplants from upstate New York, from Sarasota area, where we had a nice place on a lake up there. And we liked the Venice area where we are now because it was like Sarasota with palm trees. So this is what brought us to this location. And this neighborhood was smaller, and we really liked that also. And that's what brought us to this here right now.
We love living down here. It's just carefree living. And having our new lanai and pool, it just extends our living space. We have a beautiful home, but I tell you, this is just like added space. And initially, I didn't really think we needed a pool because we have a beautiful pool here in the community, and it's hardly used, but I'm so happy that we did do this. And we ended up with Superior after, when we were first down here 3 years ago, searching out homes. Rick, unbeknownst to me, was also searching out pool companies.
About a year ago, I met with Rick and Cheryl Palmer, and when they came into my office, it was a little different scenario again, kind of like our last one. They had a good idea what they were looking for, but it was a little different than most people. You know, we showed a bunch of big, extravagant pools with lots of pool space. It's not really what Mr. and Mrs. Palmer were looking for. They wanted more of what we call a spool. And Rick kind of had an idea of the direction he wanted to go with this, and then we added a little bit of features just to make it really, really awesome. So when we're talking about a spool, the idea of it is that you have a smaller pool area, because down here in Florida, most people just get in their pools and cool off, do a little bit of floating around and then lounging around. So my thought process behind it is that it should be a small enough pool that if you wanted to, you could heat this up like a spa. And if you, under normal operation, can run it just like a pool.
Cheryl wasn't all in on this pool, and I think I had some selling to do, which it wasn't hard, but it was selling. And so I knew basically what I wanted, and I wanted to make sure that, you know, Cheryl was on board with it. But what we were looking for was a pool that wasn't going to take up the whole living space back here, because, you know, Florida's usually a little compromised when it comes to square footage and lawns and stuff. Unless you live out in the middle of the state, then you got a lot of room. But anyway, we're looking to utilize our patio area the best we could. And most pools down here, most homes don't have a pool where you can swim laps in. So if you can't swim in a pool, you're only wading in a pool. So why have a great big pool where it takes up a lot of area that you're only wading in? So we decided to go with a smaller pool, or what they call a spool. I learned this. So I went to Ben, went to Superior and Ben once we chose Superior, which I'm glad we did. And Ben enlightened us on a lot of things with the pool itself that I hadn't even known. And I thought I knew just about everything, but of course these guys are the pros.
When the Palmers came in, they kind of wanted a smaller pool area. They knew they wanted that. And they actually wanted something a little bit smaller than this. And once we drew it up on the 3D and everything, you know, it should all fit together. So by having too small of an area, it just looks kind of like it's placed in there. So we talked about adding this other bump out here with a sun shelf. And actually, Cheryl loves that now, because you can just lounge in the water on that sun shelf there.
Yeah, because so many people, when they come in, they want that big sun shelf.
Yeah.
That's like the perfect size, right?
Yeah.
It don't matter what size it is, as long as you can...
You can just lounge around in it and get wet, because that's pretty much what we want to do down here.
Now, I know you like animals and stuff. Was that your idea?
No. No, that's
the turtles?
The turtles caught their eyes when they were in there, and that's part of their grandkids, to represent their grandkids.
They look good, you know, look like they're swimming.
We were with Ben in the design room, and we were picking out the coping and the different tiles, and my eye caught the turtles, And we have 4 grandchildren, so we got the turtles.
These mosaics, when you do something like that, and something that I needed to point out to these homeowners was a little turtle like that. If you try and put that in the bottom of the pool, you're never gonna see it. So up on a sun shelf like this, it works out because you can still do a small something just to give it a little touch and you can still see it. But if you were to put that in the bottom of the pool, there's no way. You wouldn't see it when the pumps are on it.
We didn't have the lanai cage put on. There was a small lanai that was covered and caged. But as we went on, we did research. I did a lot of research on pools and so forth, and pool companies, and just all the aspects of them. So it took me a while. We do things in a slower time thing, but we tried to do them right and do them once. So when we got this idea to look at this great view, said that's going to go to waste unless we really open it up, and that's, I think, what enticed us to put into the pool cage and the pool.
Taking advantage of this view, and that was one of the big reasons that he bought this house.
That was the first thing I just noticed.
Setting this here and
then
looking
also
out.
You can turn around and still pay attention to your company. You could put a TV up in that corner.
Yep.
You know, you got the
you
best
and your
of both,
TVs.
best of both worlds.
Our previous home was on a lake, and we always heard the water, and at night you'd sit there and listen to the water. We had thought about doing a water feature, and Ben helped us to design this water feature, and we're just so happy with it. It's just really nice. It's very calming, and it's
nice. It's the right size for this pool. This pool is not a real big pool, obviously, so you don't want an overbearing water feature either. And you don't want something that's too small either that you don't notice it. And with Ben's advice and the design, it came out very well. We're very happy with it.
Outdoor living is one of the greatest perks about living in Florida. So whether this is your style, or this, or maybe this, contact Superior Pools. They've been building pools from Sarasota to Naples since 2001, and they would love to build yours.
There are many choices when it comes to AC companies. Our advice? Choose a company that performs employee background checks and is licensed with top manufacturers like Daikin. Daikin offers a 12-year parts and labor limited warranty. For better comfort and value, call Elite Heating and Air.
What makes a kitchen great? According to the National Kitchen and Bath Association, a kitchen that is designed well, works great, looks great, meets your needs, and it's got to be a kitchen from Eurotech Cabinetry. Functional artwork for the gallery you call home.
Buying or selling, home inspections are not only vital when buying, but selling a home too. They can save you money and speed up the sales process. For questions, call Dave Marvel, Certified Master Inspector and Educator at Peace of Mind Home Inspections, a veteran and family-owned company.
Smart home technology has come a long way. You can monitor your home from anywhere and create schedules to adjust lighting, temperature, and so much more. Today, all of this can be controlled with one easy-to-use app. For more information, contact Tempest Pro Services, the area's leading technology experts.
A lot of times people come in, they either want a pool they can swim or they just want a spa. You know, we have done standalone spas, but with our knowledge and our experience, it seems like the spools, you get the best of both worlds, and you can add this awesome waterfall. You can make it an outdoor living space like you say always, and I'm gonna let you touch on a little bit more on how you came with this waterfall, this spool, and this whole big picture here.
Yeah, one of my biggest points that I like to talk to people about when we first sit down is, you know, instead of just putting a pool in your backyard, start thinking more about how you're actually going to use the space. And when it comes down to it, we're basically adding you outdoor living space, which is why everybody's down here, and we have a pool in it. You know, it's not as much, this is a pool with some deck space. When I do, and I really pick up on this when I do remodels, and I see people who've lived in their houses for 10, 12 years, the biggest thing that they're interested in is adding more deck space. because you want to be able to entertain and have furniture and things like that out there. So with that in mind, and using the 3D program that we do, this all came together really nicely because we pushed this back into the corner of this area, and it opened up all the deck space out here. It opened up all the deck space inside, and they still have a very usable pool.
When our neighbors stop in or family members stop in, it's the wow factor. When they come in the front door and look through and see what we have, and they come out and look at it, we love it, and they like looking at it. It's beautiful. And it's nice to be able to entertain out here. It's nice to have the space to entertain. We have in the community a recipe club. Once a month, one of us host it, set a theme and then host it. And myself, in conjunction with my two neighbors, we're going to be hosting August Recipe Club. And it'll be nice to have this space, weather permitting, to be able to host Recipe Club.
Up next, you'll meet a valued member of the Palmer family, and his name is Grover.
Outdoor living is one of the greatest perks about living in Florida. So whether this is your style, or this, or maybe this, contact Superior Pools. They've been building pools from Sarasota to Naples since 2001, and they would love to build yours.
What makes a kitchen great? According to the National Kitchen and Bath Association, a kitchen that is designed well, works great, looks great, meets your needs, and it's got to be a kitchen from Eurotech Cabinetry. Functional artwork for the gallery you call home.
Smart home technology has come a long way. You can monitor your home from anywhere and create schedules to adjust lighting, temperature, and so much more. Today, all of this can be controlled with one easy-to-use app. For more information, contact Tempest Pro Services, the area's leading technology experts.
Buying or selling, home inspections are not only vital when buying, but selling a home too. They can save you money and speed up the sales process. For questions, call Dave Marvel, Certified Master Inspector and Educator at Peace of Mind Home Inspections, a veteran and family-owned company.
Make your home special. Make your home unique. Make your home the envy of all your friends. So where in Sarasota can you find a store like this? Bacon's Furniture and Design. Nobody beats Bacon's.
Today, the air is perfect. Inside. Expect more from your cooling and heating. Daikin.
Richard came home with a fish. He went over to the East Coast to buy some white coral rock, and on his way back with our cousin Robbie, he called me and said, I have fish. And I was preparing dinner, and don't you know, I thought we were going to cook it for dinner, and he said, oh, you don't have to cook it tonight. So I went out to the back to say, where's this fish? And you know, thinking I have to put it in the refrigerator. And lo and behold, they presented me with Grover.
Yeah, I had gone over to pick up some white coral rock. Like Cheryl said, they have very nice white coral rock in southeast Florida. And my cousin Rob went with me, and we had a nice little day trip. And as we pulled into the place, I noticed that they had all these beautiful figurines, stone and all different types of stuff. It was, you know, big land or outside ornament type things. And I just saw this fish. I'm saying, wow, that is so cool. And it's also going to look very nice with the travertine that we have. It's almost matching. It's a sandstone, I found out. And so Bob saw my look on my face, and I kept getting approvals from him saying, you think this is going to be okay? And I said, I don't know. He said, yeah, I like it. So long story nauseating, the fish came back, and we figured we had to zing Cheryl on the way back, so we gave her the fish story that we were bringing fish home. So anyway, we got Grover.
And Grover was named by our granddaughter. We had a contest with the 4 grandchildren, and that name was picked, Grover.
We're going to talk about these LED lights, Pentair globe lights. Every single pool we build, we put at least 2, sometimes 3, sometimes 4. Now this pool is 150 square foot. Your basic pool in Florida is about 300 square foot. This pool could have got away with 1 light, but we wanted to really make sure it was bright, and we put 2 in here. The homeowner loves it. He says it lights up the whole cage. And I'm gonna go ahead and just turn them on and off so you can see how quickly this program works. I'm just gonna hit off. That's how quickly it turns off. I'm gonna hit on. There's party mode. And I turn the jets on at the same time. There's so many different colors you can do. This program is awesome, and it's a must. Every single pool, in 2017 we made it standard, every single pool comes with the screen logic. So if you have a basic pool, you can still heat your pool, turn your lights on, instead of having to go out to the equipment, hit the light switch or turn a valve. And if you ever want to add things to your pool, you have the main system to do that.
Very, very helpful because you never have to go outside your cage. You can turn things on and off from inside your house. You can turn them on and off when you're having dinner. You can put the pool on in the winter time when it's cool and you know, in the afternoon, and you know, have it ready in a couple hours when you get back home from dinner, that it's warm and comfortable. And like Cheryl said, with the LED lights that you have on there, you can put them on, and just the programs that they have are numerous. I don't use them all, obviously, but they're very, you know, enhancing. We've had a lot of comments from our neighbors about the beautiful lighting of the pool.
What was nice is one occasion or a couple occasions we're out to dinner and not planning it, we said, well, let's go back to the pool, and then Rick pulled out his phone, turned the heater up on the pool, and it was great.
Thanks to Superior Pools, technology and swimming pool equipment, or in this case, spool equipment, are now one and the same for the Palmers. And it looks like they're having a great time with it. Coming up, John talks about the importance of trusting who you let in and out of your home. But first, our friends from Elite Heating and Air and Daikin are back to let us know it is possible to control the temperature in one room instead of the entire house.
Hi everyone, I'm Charlie with Elite Heating and Air.
And I'm Jennifer Valentine with Daikin Industries. Have you added a sunroom, enclosed a lanai, or is there just a room that you would like to make cooler than the rest of your home? Perhaps a master bedroom? But you just don't want to mess with installing extra ductwork? Let me introduce you to the ductless mini split. The fastest growing segment of air conditioning right here in America. Ductless systems allow you to control the temperature in individual rooms instead of having to heat or cool the entire house. This means that you can be more comfortable wherever you are in your home and save money on your energy bills. In our last segment, we talked about Daikin's inverter or variable speed technology and how they use a lot less energy by regulating the speed to the actual need. Well, with Daikin ductless systems, inverter technology is in every system. Inverter technology allows the system to ramp up and down to deliver precisely the right temperature and humidity control that you desire, just as a dimmer switch will deliver the exact lighting that you desire.
Now, the difference between a ductless system and a ducted system is just that. One has ducts while the other doesn't. Pretty simple, right? Now, let me be a little more specific here. With traditional ducted systems, air is forced through the ducts from one central location to heat and cool all rooms, meaning all rooms are air conditioned or heated uniformly at the same temperature. But with ductless systems, indoor units are placed in each room for individual heating and cooling. Each indoor unit operates independently to enable individual temperature settings. Ductless systems are popular throughout the world, even though they are relatively new to us here in the US. They were originally invented to replace window units, while providing a much higher efficiency and, of course, allowing your windows to remain functional. Duct losses can account for more than 30% of energy consumption. especially if the ducts are in unconditioned space.
Which is around 99% of us here in Florida. Ductless systems are rapidly growing in the United States now for a variety of reasons. Many Floridians are adding Florida rooms and closing lanais or adding on to their existing homes, all of which would be easily cooled by a Daikin ductless system. These applications would be best suited with a one-to-one system, meaning there is one indoor and one outdoor. And if you don't want to have the indoor unit hanging on the wall, you can choose a floor model or concealed models so you don't even know it's there. For older homes that have never had ductwork or don't have room for ductwork to be installed, or even new construction homes, ductless would be a wise decision. For a whole home ductless option, we have what we call a multi-port system. That allows you to have one outdoor unit with several different indoor units. This gives you great flexibility with different indoor units that you can mix and match for each room. So if you want a floor model in one room, a wall unit in another, and a concealed in another, you can do that.
I think the best idea is to put one in your garage and turn it into an air-conditioned workshop. Or better yet, a man cave.
You guys in your man caves. What about the master bedroom? I mean, wouldn't you want to have it at whatever temperature you wanted to sleep at and not have to worry about heating or cooling your entire house for just that one room?
Or that back bedroom that faces the sun all day and your guests complain about how warm it gets in there. So they have to leave the door open all night so the air circulates through the room better. Kinda uncomfortable if you know what I'm talking about.
I do know what you're talking about. That's why ductless is on the rise here. It's flexible, low maintenance, highly efficient, and can be installed anywhere in the home.
There are other reasons to consider a Daikin ductless system too, like decrease in dust. Since a traditional ducted system forces air through your home, through the ductwork, where dust can collect, there is more dust introduced to your home. Daikin ductless systems have air filtration built into the indoor unit, which will remove dust, pollen, and other pollutants from your air before recirculating it back into the room.
Another solid reason for ductless is true zoning. You have complete control over the temperature in each room that has one. And ductless systems are very quiet, so you don't need to worry about that either.
As with any air conditioning installation, choosing the right contractor is key. If a deal seems too good to be true, then it probably is. Although Daikin ductless systems may be easier to install than a traditional ducted system, if it isn't done properly, it will not only cause breakdowns, but headaches and loss of efficiency as well. The right contractor will make sure that the rooms are sized correctly. An oversized system can result in short cycling, which wastes energy and will not cool, heat, or dehumidify properly. Also, not all contractors are completely familiar with ductless systems, and they may not have the right tools. Here at Elite Heating and Air, we've invested in the right tools to installing and servicing Daikin ductless systems.
We can't say it enough. Do your research on the contractor that you choose for any air conditioning installation or service. This is the most important factor in having your system installed and serviced right the first time. Thanks everyone.
Outdoor living is one of the greatest perks about living in Florida. So whether this is your style, or this, or maybe this, contact Superior Pools. They've been building pools from Sarasota to Naples since 2001, and they would love to build yours.
Smart home technology has come a long way. You can monitor your home from anywhere and create schedules to adjust lighting, temperature, and so much more. Today, all of this can be controlled with one easy-to-use app. For more information, contact Tempest Pro Services, the area's leading technology experts.
Buying or selling, home inspections are not only vital when buying, but selling a home too. They can save you money and speed up the sales process. For questions, call Dave Marvel, Certified Master Inspector and Educator at Peace of Mind Home Inspections, a veteran and family-owned company.
Make your home special. Make your home unique. Make your home the envy of all your friends. So where in Sarasota can you find a store like this? Bacon's Furniture and Design. Nobody beats Bacon's.
What makes a kitchen great? According to the National Kitchen and Bath Association, a kitchen that is designed well, works great, looks great, meets your needs, and it's got to be a kitchen from Eurotech Cabinetry. Functional artwork for the gallery you call home.
There are many choices when it comes to AC companies. Our advice? Choose a company that performs employee background checks and is licensed with top manufacturers like Daikin. Daikin offers a 12-year parts and labor limited warranty. For better comfort and value, call Elite Heating and Air.
After we sold our home and we decided that we were going to put in a pool, we did our research on pool companies, and we went down and met with the people at Superior, and we felt very confident and reassured that they were a good company, and they treated their employees great, and that shows in the work that they do, the craftsmanship that they do.
Very nice people, and everybody from Ben, the owners, right on down to people that are putting the travertine down. Everybody in the whole system was professional, courteous, and efficient.
And you felt safe having them in and out of your home.
Nowadays, it's so hard to trust anyone, and when you're building a pool, there's so many different moving parts, at least 50 different steps. So with having 90% of in-house workers, we have some of the same guys here all the time. Other places, you have 50 different subcontractors, not knowing their background, not knowing where they're from, who they're bringing to the job, when they're showing up. So that is a key factor that really never gets brought up. And hearing it from the homeowner, it makes me feel good, and I'm gonna go back and let the guys know, thank them, and it really makes our company stand out.
We had people who had pools put in, and it took, we're just saying, well, you're gonna figure on 3 months or better to have a pool put in. And I said, really? And he said, yeah. And when Ben told me that they have 40 days that they can put this pool in, I started to listen very carefully, and I got more and more impressed. Usually when you find something that impresses you initially, you usually find things that are a little bit of pratfalls or things that are little cracks in that, but not with this company. This company got better as you went on with the development and construction and the service. It was a lot of fun just to deal with them. Thank you very much.
Rick, it's been a pleasure working with you.
I always said, some people are easy to be nice to. And you've been nice to me. Thank you very much. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. It was very...
Thanks so much for joining us on this outdoor living edition of Home Sweet Home. If you would like to watch this episode again or learn more about our experts, visit homesweethomefla.com.
See what I'm talking about with all this space? Even two big guys like us got plenty of room to lay around out here.
I know we're always pretending in the office. We might as well try out the real thing, and I'm loving it. I might not leave.
Yeah.
So cool.
This living the dream is a lot harder than you think.
You earned it.
I know.